This is the brand new compact flash by ZENIKO called the ZA12. We're going to be looking at all its good points, its bad points, and everything in between. Let's get straight into it. So yeah, this is the ZENIKO ZA12 Compact Flash, and the first thing that's really noticeable about it are the two large dials on the top. That's right, to adjust the power and settings of this compact flash, it's all analog. It feels really well made with a metal construction, and on its underside it has a single connecting point, meaning that it's missing any type of automatic mode like TTL or high speed sync. Now the fascinating thing about this compact flash is the left hand dial seems to represent the aperture of our camera lens, and the right hand side dial seems to represent the power of the flash, but we'll take a look at these later on in the video. Now I've never seen a flash set up like this before, so we'll definitely be investigating this later in the video and seeing how it works. Now because this compact flash has a built-in lithium battery, it also comes supplied with its own USB-C cable. It also comes supplied with a diffusion cover, which is really nice to see as compact flashes can be quite powerful and can give off quite a harsh directional light. And the final thing in the box is a soft carrying pouch. Now attaching the compact flash to my Sony a6700, it looks really nice and retro, and it's definitely got that vintage styling to it. It's also worth me mentioning that it does come in a silver version, but for my Sony it definitely looks better in black. Right, I think that's enough of the wiffle waffle. I think it's time we take it out and see how well it performs. So we've got the camera and flash out, and because it's so overcast here in the UK, what better way than to test the flash? We'll be taking photos with the flash off and then comparing them with the flash on. Let's see how it goes. So first of all, we're going to take a photo with the flash turned off. And yeah, this photo is not going to win any awards, but let's turn the flash on and see if we can improve it. Now the thing I'm looking for is this ZENIKO ZA12 Compact Flash strong enough to light our subject? And as you can see, the flash was easily able to light our subject's face and give it some separation from the background. Let's compare this image with the flash off. And even though the flash is on one of its lowest power settings, it's already making such a massive difference. Now it's worth me pointing out that I'm using the flash completely in manual mode, and the way I'm doing this is by using this portion of the right hand dial. To increase the flash power, I rotate the dial anti-clockwise, and to lower its power, I simply rotate it clockwise. Now ZENIKO say that this flash comes with an automatic mode, and I'll be showing you more of that later in the video, so stick around. So once again, let's take a photo with no flash at all. And again, it's not going to win any awards, but notice how our subject is getting lost in our background due to the lighting. Let's turn the flash back on and try to give them a little bit of separation. And again, what a massive difference this compact flash has made to our image. We've managed to draw the viewer's eye to our subject just with a little bit more light from the compact flash on our subject's face. And compare this image to one with no flash at all, and you can see how our subject is getting lost in the background. But with the flash on, we get that subject separation. Now in this next set of example images, there is one thing that I noticed that I need to make you aware of. See if you can notice it. Now with the flash off, this issue doesn't arise. But with the flash on, see if you can notice it. Can you see what it is, and can you spot it? Again, this issue isn't with the image with no flash, but it is very apparent when the flash is on. Have you worked it out yet? That's right, we're getting lens shadow. Now if you don't know what lens shadow is, it's where your flash is firing so close to the body of your camera and lens that it casts a shadow. And this is a problem for a lot of compact flashes because they hug the body of the camera so closely. Now ZENIKO do have a solution for this, so let me show you what it is. This is the ZENIKO T1, and not only does it act as a flash riser, because it comes in a pack of 2, it also acts as a transmitter and a receiver, meaning that you can take your flash completely off your camera. All you have to do is mount the T1 onto your camera, and then you can mount the flash on top of it just like so. And this of course raises up the compact flash so it's away from the body and stops that lens shadow. The other thing you can do with these T1s is you can set one as a transmitter, one as a receiver, and like I say, completely remove the flash from your camera. The module that's mounted onto the camera sends a signal to the other module, and this tells the flash when to fire. Now I've already made a full video about the ZENIKO T1 triggers, and I'll leave that down below in the description section and in the top pinned comment, so make sure you check that out after watching this video. Right, I'll show you one more example shot using the ZENIKO ZA12, and then we'll take a look at the automatic mode built into it. Now because this compact flash is so powerful, what I've done here is lower the exposure of the whole shot, and then increase the power of the flash to get the correct exposure on our subject. When we compare this photo to one taken without the flash on, pay particular attention to the background and its exposure. So not only are we using the flash to light our subject, we're also making full use of it by changing the exposure of the background. If you'd like me to make a full video about how this is done, let me know in the comment section down below. So even though this flash doesn't communicate with the camera and doesn't have TTL or high-speed sync, it does have a somewhat automated mode. Let me show you how it works. So we've already shown you how half of the right hand side dial is our manual power settings for the flash and is indicated by red numbers and fractions. Well, the other half of this dial represents the ISO value in your camera. If your camera is set to ISO 200, then you set this dial to 200. If your camera's ISO is set to 800, then you would set this dial to 800. Now the left hand dial represents the aperture of our camera lens, and if your aperture is f4, then you set it to 4. If your aperture is f2.8, then you set it to 2.8. So you set both of these dials to the camera's ISO and also the camera lens's aperture, and the flash automatically sets the power level depending on these two settings. Now whilst this is quite a clever method to set the flash's power, I found that manual mode worked a lot easier and a lot quicker. And whilst using this semi-automated mode, whilst the photos come out okay, they were definitely no match to using the flash in manual mode. So what are my final thoughts then on the ZENIKO ZA12 Compact Flash? Well, I really enjoy using it. The two analog dials make such a big difference in use compared to say a touchscreen or adjusting the flash's power by pressing a button. Using the analog dial to increase or decrease its power really connects you to the flash and also your camera. It really makes you feel like you're taking a photograph rather than just an image. Now you do have to remember that this flash has no communication with the camera itself, only when to fire, so you will have to have a basic understanding of your camera's manual mode. Now the flash retails for around 40 UK pounds or 50 US dollars, and if you are considering buying it, then I recommend you also buy the ZENIKO T1 triggers, which retail for around 20 UK pounds, 25 US dollars. I'll leave links to both the flash and the triggers in the description down below and also in the top pinned comment, but that's going to wrap up this video. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to watch my next video, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in that video. Thanks for watching.